My aunt is also joining yoga these days. So she is around 65. So
Oh,
whatever she can do, she is trying. Yeah.
nice. Excellent. Very, very glad to hear. Thank you, Manjit. Hey, Mani, good evening.
Good evening, Jay.
Hello. Let's give a couple more minutes. Today I had back bending postures as a theme. Does anybody want any particular posture to practice? I can add that. Manjit says shoulders. Is that right, Manjit? Okay. We'll combine shoulders with back bend. Okay. Any other focus or postures?
Maybe core muscles, not today, or we can combine it with some other time.
Okay, maybe another time. Yeah. Core muscle strengthening. It'll be a different focus. Yeah, we'll do that another time, Manita. Thank you. Yatish, good evening. Do you want any particular posture or focus for today?
Yes, sir. More Surya Namaskara is much better than any combination.
Sorry?
More number of Surya Namaskara is a much better combination than any.
More number
I
of
like
Surya
only
Namaskar.
that.
Very nice, very nice. All right, let us begin again. Any comfortable seated posture. Spine comfortably erect. Shoulders relaxed, elbows by the sides of your body. Comfortably bending the elbows, placing the back of your hands on your thighs, palms facing up. Fingers completely relaxed. Head on top of the spine. With our lifestyle, the head leans forward by the gravitational pull of the screens. See if you can bring the head to be on the spine. Softly closing your eyes. 3 deep breaths. After taking 3 deep breaths, being open to allow normal breaths to come and go. And we become open for breaths by relaxing. We relax the body, keeping the spine comfortably straight. we rest our mind on the breaths. You can rest your awareness around your chest. Allow the breath as it is. No need to control. Simply staying with each breath. We are training or learning how to be comfortable being at home. Strange though it may seem, being comfortable at home, here and now. Simply watching the breath. Palms to the heart center, Namaskara Mudra. Thinking of a person that you love and respect, living or not, dedicating this session to that person from the bottom of your heart. Chin to the chest, opening your eyes, inhaling, taking the arms by the side, palms going up, pressing the palms, looking up, exhaling, palms coming down, looking down. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. One more round. Inhaling, exhaling. Release. Come up to standing. Broad stance. Toes directly pointing forward. Arms up to the sides, parallel to the ground, palms facing the front. Take a deep breath, exhale. Just holding the arms up, feel the arms connecting into your shoulders, onto your back, onto the front of the chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on the waist. Take a deep breath, exhale. We abuse the back a lot with our slouched postures and our lifestyle. These simple postures are antidotes. Raise your arms up to a V shape. Inhaling, move your hips forward. Take your arms back, look up. Next exhalation, bend from the hips forward. Hug yourself tightly, chin to the chest. You can bend your knees and allow the head to reach down to the mat as much as you can, and you will feel the stretch on your inner thighs also. 4 more rounds. Move your hips forward as you take your arms back. Hug yourself tightly, chin to the chest as the head reaches down to the mat. After completing 5 rounds, hands on the waist. Take a deep breath, exhale. The inner thigh stretch that you got as you try to take your head down to the mat with the knees bent also helps with your lower back. Some of the lower back issues are around tight muscles around the hips, loading the lower back in unnatural ways. So if your hips are flexible, you can avoid lower back problems more. Take a deep breath. Arms up to the sides, parallel to the ground, palms facing the front. Inhale, center. Exhaling, bending toward the right leg. Left arm up toward the ceiling and then stretching over toward the right wall. Your upper arm is behind your upper ear. Inhaling, center. Exhaling, bending toward the other side. Stretch your upper arm up toward the ceiling and then take it toward the left wall. Inhaling, center. 4 more rounds. And you would also feel perhaps the inner thigh muscles getting into action when you do these postures also. as best as you could, nothing more, nothing less with each posture. After completing, hands on the waist. Take a deep breath, exhale. Arms up to the sides, parallel to the ground, palms facing the front. Inhale, center. Exhaling, twisting to the right. As much as you can, turn your head, look past the right shoulders. Inhaling, center. Exhaling, twisting to the other side. Turn your head, look past the left side shoulder. Inhaling, center. 4 more rounds. And you can, when you twist, you can also see the connection between your hip and the torso, your shoulders. Even more so. Hands on the waist. Take a deep breath, exhale. Slightly get your toes to point outward. Arms up. Interlacing fingers, palms facing up. Inhaling, bend your knees and send the knees toward where the toes are pointing to as much as you can. Exhaling, straightening up. 4 more rounds. Bend your knees deeply as much as you can, sending the knees toward where the toes are pointing to. After completing 5 rounds, hands on the waist, take a deep breath, exhale. Bring your feet comfortably closer, release your arms. Front of the mat, Tadasana. Namaskara Mudra. 3 rounds of Surya Namaskara, diligence and attention. Begin. If the mind wanders away from the practice, and when you notice that, begin again paying attention to what is happening right now in your own experience. Remember, we are training the mind, learning to be comfortable at home, which is here and now. We are constantly, our mind runs away from home. And so we are never or rarely at home. We are absent from home. So we are training to be present. Diligence as best as you can with every posture. Nothing more, nothing less. And kind attention to whatever is flowing right here and now. That's all. After completing 3 rounds, separate your feet comfortably, stand relaxed. Allow the breath to normalize on its own. Receiving each breath as a gift. Deep breaths. Since Yatish asked for more Surya Namaskara practice, we'll do 3 more rounds, but with a little bit of a additional dimension of breath. You might have heard of Ujjai pranayama. If you have not heard of Ujjai pranayama, it is to breathe with a slight constriction in the throat, something like this. Are you able to hear me? My breathing, slow breathing, yeah. Let me do this one more time for those who are not used to Ujjai, with a very slight constriction in the vocal cords. This is Ujjai breathing. Also in English, it's victorious breathing. So we're going to practice 3 rounds of Surya Namaskara while practicing Ujjai pranayama. So instead of your normal breathing, you're going to have a slight constriction in the throat. This is going to increase the length of inhalations and increase the length of exhalations. And now this is going to allow you to transition from one posture to the other and savor each of the postures between the breathing in and the breathing out. If you are not able to keep up, you can go to normal breathing for some time, and then as soon as you're comfortable, once again going back to Ujjai. Any questions? Coordinate your transitions and postures to your inhalations and exhalations, which would be longer in Ujjayi Pranayama. Front of the mat. Tadasana. Namaskara Mudra. Start practicing Ujjayi now. And then begin the Surya Namaskara practice in Ujjai. If you're not getting the hang of it, don't worry about it. Go back to normal breathing. Those who have gotten the instructions right and are able to follow, long or longer inhalations and longer exhalations. You might also feel warmer, more, quite normal. Don't worry about it. If you're prone to sweating, you might sweat more, and that's okay too. Three rounds of Surya Namaskara in Ujjai. Never holding the breath. A smooth flow in and out, except for the regulation at the vocal cords. Don't make it so you need to gasp for air, or sudden exhalations or sudden inhalations. If that is the case, reduce the length. No violence, no aggression of any kind. After completing 3 rounds, separate your feet comfortably, stand relaxed. And continuing to feel comfortable being at home, which is to paying attention to your own flow of experience, just standing relaxed. Just standing relaxed and paying attention might yet be the hardest of all the postures of our practice. After Ujjai, normal breathing might seem luxurious. Not sure if you have any relative or anybody having asthma or people with breathing problems. My mother is asthmatic for many years. Seeing them struggle for a clean breath makes us appreciate a free flowing gift of a breath. Three deep breaths. So today we're going to do some back bending postures, combining with shoulders also being involved based on Manjit's preference. Feet hip width apart. Arms up, press the palms, interlace fingers. Reaching up to the ceiling. Your feet are grounded, but your hands are trying to reach toward the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release arms. Even this simple posture, if you do once in a while after you're sitting in front of the computer for long, can be a big relief. Arms up, press the palms, interlace fingers. Reach up and gently take your arms toward the back. Gently, not too much. You don't have to go too far back. Just gently go back as you move your hip forward just a bit. And hold the posture. A gentle back bend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling center. Exhaling, release arms. As you are doing such back bend, your abdomen might be calling attention. You might even start shivering. Quite normal. Simply notice it as part of your experience. Kind attention. Acknowledge and continue with the practice. Take a deep breath. Arms up, parallel to each other, palms facing the front. All the way up, parallel to each other, palms facing the front. Center all the way up, arms up all the way. Yes. Move your hips forward as you inhale and take your arms back. Look up. And if you're really comfortable, drop the head. Otherwise, keep the chin closer to the chest and look up. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling center. Exhaling, release the arms. Take a deep breath, exhale. It may not be the back bend on the back. You might even feel this on the front, as I said. The core muscles or the chest muscles might be the edge calling your attention. Arms up to a V shape, like 45-degree angle, from vertical halfway down, palms facing the front. Inhale, exhaling, next inhalation, go for a back bend. Next inhalation, go for a back bend. Keep the arms in a V shape and allowing the arms to go toward the back wall and down. Your shoulder blades also will go slightly toward each other. Drop your head only if you're comfortable. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling center. Exhaling, release the arms. If you are feeling dizzy at any moment, inhaling, come to straight and rest. Especially if you're trying to drop the head in the back and if you're feeling dizzy, don't drop the head. Keep the chin closer to the chest as you start. Arms up to the sides, parallel to the ground, palms facing the front. Inhaling, move your hips forward, take your arms back, look up, and see if you can take your arms closer toward each other. Move your hips forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, come up. Exhaling, release arms. Take a deep breath, exhale. Take your hands to the back Press the palms and interlace the fingers if you can in front on your back. On your back. Take your hands to the back and interlace fingers, press the palms. Manjit, take the arms to the back. Yes, exactly. Now, if you're not able to press the palm, if you're able to interlace fingers, that's great. If you're able to press the palms, that's great. If you're not able to interlace the fingers on the back, simply place the palms on your glutes or thighs, back of the thighs. Those who can, interlace fingers, press the palms together, straighten the elbows, open the chest and straighten the elbows. Bring the shoulder blades on your back closer together as you extend the elbows down. Your hands are going down toward the mat. Next inhalation, move your hips to the front, move the chest to the front, look up and take your arms away from your back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, straightening up. Exhaling, release the hands, release the arms. Take a deep breath, exhale. Come to Sukhasana. Eyes closed. Watch your breath. In Sukhasana. Next, we are going to approach Ushtrasana practice, camel posture. Before we approach Ushtrasana, let's see how comfortable we are now being at home. After the few simple postures that we practiced, stay with the breath. Gently open your eyes. Your mind might be more comfortable staying at home or not. Again, this is for something for you to note, not to stress about it. Definitely not stress about it, but just as a matter of fact, this is how it is. Come to standing on your knees, knees hip width apart. Tuck your toes in, stand on your knees. You might remember the punishment we used to get in the schools. So this is not punishment, this is it's a journey of discovery. Place your palms on your glutes, fingers pointing down. Slide your palms down to your thighs. Slide your palms down to the thighs. Next inhalation, move your hips forward, chest forward, and slide your palms further down and look up. Ushtrasana variation. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, straightening up. Exhaling, Vajrasana or Sukhasana. Whichever you're feeling comfortable. Take a deep breath. Standing on your knees. If your knees need cushion, you can fold your mat and then have the knees on the folded mat. If your knees need cushion. Knees are hip width apart. Feet are hip width apart. Tuck your toes in. Now we are going to reach for the heels. If you're not able to reach for the heels, simply repeat what we did earlier. Right arm up toward the ceiling. Rotate your right arm and take the right hand toward the right heel and see if you can find the right heel. Similarly, left arm up toward the ceiling, stretch up, rotate the shoulders, find the left heel. If you're not able to find the left heel, that's okay. Do what we did earlier. Now, look to the front. Next inhalation, move your hips forward so your hips are once again back on top of the knees. Next inhalation, squeezing the shoulder blades on your back, move the chest up and forward and look up. Shoulder blades on your shoulder blades on your back are closer together. Chest comes to the front, hip moves to the front. Look up. If you're really comfortable, drop your head. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right hand on the right waist, left hand on the left waist. Inhaling, come up. Release. Sukhasana or Vajrasana. Wherever you're finding your edge, if you're finding your edge, that means you're diligent. And as you find your edge, with kind attention, acknowledge and rest on that edge. And this is the practice. You courageously reach for the edge and counterintuitively start relaxing at that edge. Maintain the edge and stay at the edge. The 5 breaths that we do is exactly to be at the edge for 5 breaths. Not to go past the edge, but find the edge and stay there. Take a deep breath. Standing on your knees. This time, toes pointing to the back, feet hip width apart, knees hip width apart, toes pointing to the back. Now, you might need an inch more to reach the heel. If this is not available for you, you can tuck your toes in. And if you're not able to reach the heel at all, that's okay. Repeat the first variation we did. Arms up, right arm up, rotate the shoulder, find the right heel. Left arm up, find the left heel. If you're not able to find, tuck your toes in and find. Yes, tuck your toes in and find. That's okay. That's good enough. Now, look to the front. Move your hips forward so your hips are more or less on your knees. Gently bringing the shoulder blades together. Bring the chest up and forward. And then finally dropping the head. Those who are flexible can keep the hips exactly as they are and slide the palms on top of the soles of your feet. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right hand on the right waist, left hand on the left waist, straightening up. Inhale, Vajrasana or Sukhasana. Lying down on your back. And this itself would feel like relief. If you need more relief, bend your knees, keep your feet flat. If you bend your knees, you will get even more of a relief to your back. Hug your knees, rock back and forth. Massaging your entire back, lower back, middle back, upper back. Then slightly relax the grip on your knees, land your head on the mat, rolling side to side. Settle back down with the knees close to the chest. Spread your arms shoulder height. Next exhalation, take your knees toward your right elbow. Keep the left shoulder down and turn your head and look over the left shoulder. You can gently place your right palm on the left knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees to the center. And next exhalation, take your knees toward your left elbow. Keep your right shoulder down, look over the right shoulder, left palm on the right knee. Once you reach the final posture, relax. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees to the center. Really proceed to Shavasana. Separating the legs as wide as you are comfortable. The legs can even go off the mat. That's okay. Arms a bit away from the body. Palms preferably facing up, if that does not cause any strain to your shoulders. Find a posture with no tension. Scan your body from the head to the toes. Look for part of the body that is tensed. And if it is tensed, kindly encourage that part to relax and continue the scan. And once you have completed the scan from the head to the toes and relaxed, released any tension, rest your awareness around your abdomen. And see if you can be comfortable staying at home with this breath and this breath. And this breath. Relax. Relax. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Gently coming out of Shavasana, come to sitting, eyes closed. Take your time. Take your hands back. Inhale, growing taller. Exhaling, bending forward, thanking Mother Earth. Inhaling, coming up. Rubbing your palms vigorously, generating heat. Massaging your closed eyes. Gently blink your eyes open. Namaste. Thank you all so much for giving me this opportunity to share. Have a good evening and a good day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Jay.
Thank you. Have a good weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay.